We visited Guru Nanak's mission at the Siri Guru Singh Sabha Gurdwara, which is one of the Sikh temples in Nottingham.
In the entrance hall there is a place to wash your hands, which everyone does as they enter the temple.
Upstairs in one large room, this is the prayer hall, where people gather to pray and worship.
The Sikh holy book, the Guru Granth Sahib, is kept in the prayer hall during the day. It is covered by a special cloth to protect it when it's not being read.
Downstairs there is another larger room. This looks a bit like a large school dining room.
It is called the Langar Hall.
This room is used for many different sorts of meetings, as well as a lunch club and as a place for older people to meet and chat.
But the main purpose of the hall is as a free community kitchen where anyone is welcome to come and eat. There is no charge for the food.
In the early evening, after community meals have been cooked and shared, volunteers of the Guru Nanak's mission use the kitchen to prepare meals to give to vulnerable people in Nottingham city centre.
The kitchen is very large and huge quantities of food are prepared and cooked.
There are lots of vegetables to chop.
These are then cooked in large pans on enormous gas burners.
There is a lot to wash up afterwards before all the equipment can be returned to the store.
When the food is cooked, it is packed in recyclable containers ready to be handed out to the people who need it.
Every box is labelled with ingredients, cooking instructions, and information about allergens.
On the day we visited, we were allowed to help with the labelling.
When everything is packed up, it is taken into Nottingham to be given out to the people in need.
We interviewed some of the organisers and volunteers to find out more about the Guru Nanak's mission.
Could you tell us what goes on at this Gurdwara?
So Gurdwara basically is a place of worship for Sikh people, or basically for everyone. So everyone basically come here for spiritual peace, and there are various things that we actually provide, various services. For example, we provide food as well, food for everyone, any person from any religion.
What is the Guru Nanak mission and why is it called this?
Guru Nanak's mission is a registered charity based in Nottingham, and it was founded on the teachings of Guru Nanak, who was the founder of the Sikh faith, and his aim was to feed anybody in need of a meal.
Tell me more about the Guru Nanak mission.
Okay, so with the Guru Nanak mission, we serve food across 3 different days in Nottingham, and they are made and served from different temples in Nottingham. So there'll be 2 days of the week where across the temples, 2 of the temples, we will make food and it will be taken into town and served to the public, whoever needs that food. Across those 2 days, we make on average 100 meals. Okay, then on a Wednesday, we will make and serve the food from here, and we have delivery drivers who come and collect the food and take them to the people that need that food and deliver them. And we on average make 70 meals a week. Okay, so all in all, we probably serve on average about 9,000
meals in a year.
And that's all free, and it goes to people who need that food.
So, as well as Guru Nanak's mission making meals from here, we also work closely with other charities, and at the moment we're working with a charity that is helping vulnerable children through play, through activity, and we are providing them meals, the daily meals for them. And roughly we will have provided between 5,000 to 6,000 meals for them over the year.
And then in addition to doing all that stuff, the temples, like the temple you've come to today, every temple has what we call a Langar hall, and that is where we serve food to anybody. So as you were told previously, anybody can come to a temple, and anybody can come to a temple and eat food for free. And the temple is always open to anybody from any background. So that's in addition to the work that we do with Guru Nanak Mission.
So we don't discriminate anybody who comes through our doors, and we don't turn anybody away.
Why is it important that you give the people free food?
So the aim is that we actually helping people, not doing a business. So what we do is that we prepare food and we give it to people in need, so like homeless people or people that don't have enough money to eat. So the main aim is to help people.
How do you afford to do this?
We get a lot of donations. There are a lot of people who will give money as donations, or even food producers to donate to our cause, and then we use that to further buy ingredients that we make for the meals.
Why is the food vegetarian?
So in the Sikh faith, everyone basically is vegetarian because we don't believe in killing animals.
Is it busy getting all the meals ready?
For G&M, it has been very busy because we have to get all the ingredients, prepare them within 2 hours. We have literally a window of 2 hours from getting into the building, getting all the food prepared, cooked and boxed and ready for delivery drivers who then take them further to the homes.
Why do you make all the food fresh?
We make all the food fresh because we source all the vegetables and lentils and other food products locally and seasonally. So there are some times that people grow the vegetables in their gardens, and that's part of their donation that comes to the temple, and we use that to make the food. The meals that we make are healthy and a hearty, substantial meal for that we give out.
What is people's favourite food?
So the food that we make through Guru Nanak's mission for the homeless and the vulnerable people, most of those prefer to eat the vegetable pasta and chickpea curry, but their favourite is the rice pudding.
What did you do while it was COVID?
So when it was COVID, we had to stop everything that we were doing and follow government guidelines. So initially, to start off with, the government guidelines were that we could only stick to our own bubbles. So Raj will explain bubbles to you in a minute. But what we did at the same time was, through social media and the councils and other charities, we put posts out to say that we are here to help service users and people that are self-isolating, that can't get out to cook meals, and people that still couldn't afford to eat. So the government had put up homeless people in hotels, so we provided for the hotels, but everything we did was bubble based.
Yeah, so what we had to do is, because we couldn't mix with other people and we couldn't what we normally do, like we all get together and do meals, so we had to isolate. So we as a family went in one day to a temple on our own. That was my 2 boys, me and my husband, and we cooked a meal. Can't remember exactly how many meals we cooked, and we were just on our own at the temple. We were shown what to do and what to use and stuff. Packed all that up, and we got people who were going to take the deliveries, take the food out. So what we had to do, they couldn't enter the temple, so we had to make sure we wore the PPE, gloves, mask when we were preparing the food, and we literally had to go outside and put the food into their cars. We couldn't, because of the isolation rules and that. So yeah, I think we took it in turns. Some families did it.
So each family bubbles took it in turn, and then as the rules started changing and the bubbles started saying in public places you can have up to 8 people, we then limited who worked in each Gurdwara, and we started organising it. So everyone put their name down and narrowed it to 6 people, and then it extended to 8 people. So we still provided a service. Some of the service users were different, but we didn't stop. We continued to help.
people are involved with the Guru Nanak's mission, and what different roles do they have?
Okay, so there's lots of people that are involved. We have different people and they're volunteering their time. And there's lots of different roles. So from creating the menu for the following week, working out what ingredients we need, doing the shopping, creating the labels for the packaging, sorting out delivery drivers. You've got people who cook the food, people who wash the dishes, so we have to make sure the kitchen's clean before we leave. So there's lots of different people and lots of different things to do. So we make sure we've covered things like holidays and things and work out who's going to be here, so we've got enough people helping. So it's a mix really, but a lot of people.
What is your role in the mission?
Well, if I come on time, then I help with the chopping, but I mainly do the dishes and washing up.
Why do you choose to spend your time doing this?
Well, I moved to Nottingham about a year ago, and at the time I didn't have many friends, until one day someone I know from another charity introduced me to GNM, and from the first day I made lots of friends, and I got to know like very kind people and very friendly. So that kept me coming, you know. Each time I come here, I meet new people, very friendly people. And the other thing is another way of giving back to the community.
What is your role in the mission?
So my role in GNM is I sometimes do a bit of the shopping. I love chopping onions, so I try and come early so that I can cut the onions, because most people don't like doing that, but that's something I enjoy doing. And I like preparing the veg. And then I get involved with some of the cooking and then plating up. So when we put the stuff into containers for people to take away. And then very occasionally I've been asked to deliver as well. So I try and do a little bit of everything. In terms of why I do it, it's because firstly it's very important to me as a Sikh to be doing Seva. We call it Seva, which means doing service, and that's helping other people. So that's one thing. The other thing is that I'm retired now, but when I was working, I was a doctor. And I think I like to help people then as well. So when I finished working, it's actually given me something to not just fill my time, but allow me to carry on helping people in a way that makes me feel good, but in a way that I know that I'm helping other people feel good as well.
How does it make you feel to know that you are helping people in need?
Well, it's a really nice feeling. And I try and spend as much time as I can working with different charities, not just GNM, but I think GNM's my favourite. And coming here on a Wednesday to cook is just really good fun. So it's a really nice community feeling with the people that I'm with, but actually knowing that there are so many people who are hungry. And I feel really lucky because I don't get hungry because we can afford to buy food. But there are so many people who can't. And I think it's really important to help people as much as we can, to serve people in every way we can and try and make their lives a little bit better. And if going into town and helping homeless people with a hot meal, that might be the only hot meal they get that week. And for people, when we're delivering to their houses and dropping hot food off at their house, well, they may not be able to afford gas or electricity or to go out and buy food. And so we try and make the food as tasty as possible and nutritious, but it feels really good. And I think helping other people is one of the best feelings in the world.
What types of reactions do you get from the people you give food to?
Generally positive. People do like the food that we cook. Ahmed goes into town more than I do. And Ahmed, I think you have some experiences of how people are in town.
They're very grateful, you know, very appreciative for what we do to them. Very thankful. So, yeah.
Occasionally people say because the food's Indian, it's a bit too spicy. We say it's not spicy at all. But sometimes people find it a little bit spicy. But yeah, like Ahmed says, people are really grateful most of the time.
How has giving back to the community impacted your life?
It's impacted my life tremendously. I've got a new family of wonderful Sikh people, and they've blessed me with their care and advice, and they mean the world to me.
How does this work reflect your beliefs?
So for me, my religion is all about equality and giving back to the community. So Guru Nanak had a set of principles. There was one whereby you earn an honest living. There's one whereby you speak God's true name. And the third one is about kind of sharing what you have and what you've earned. So I like to follow those principles, and that's part of the reason why I do what I do here.
Why do Sikhs feel it is important to provide food for the community?
It goes back to Guru Nanak's principles. It's about giving back, earning honestly, but being able to give back to those who are less fortunate than you. So that's part and parcel of the reason why we do it.
What are the most important things to a Sikh?
Serving the community, serving our people, serving anybody. Jay said that Guru Nanak's teachings are very important to us. Whatever we earn, we have to share. Even if we're having lunch together, whoever's sitting with us, we'll offer them our lunch as well. So that's about sharing. And you've probably heard sharing is caring, but in us, it really means something to us.
Why is it important you eat together?
The same principle again is that we don't think like you're higher than me or you're special than me. No, we're all equal.
There's no difference.
No difference at all. We have to sit together and eat together. It doesn't matter where you're from, who you are. Even if like I think we had in India, the Queen or somebody came to visit the Golden Temple, they had to sit on the floor as well and eat together with us.
Does every Gurdwara have a free food kitchen in it?
Yes.
In what other ways do the Gurdwara serve the community?
So the Gurdwara serves as a community hub as well as a place of worship. There are regular religious services that happen here, and it's also a place where the Sikh community can come together to further learn about Sikhi. It is a meeting place as well, a venue where lots of courses are run by outside providers. It's also a lunch club for the old age pensioners, and also we run summer camps for children to learn about Sikhi and Sikhism, and we run day trips as well.
Do you do anything different for special occasions?
They do they celebrate Vaisakhi, and they do Sikh parade every year when the Vaisakhi come in April, and they celebrate Diwali as well. And when they celebrate Diwali in the temple, then they do firework display as well. And even they do birth anniversary of 10 gurus in the Gurdwara. And then and there is a luncheon club as well for elderly people. And the people to come and...
So also like with the church, you celebrate Christmas, Easter, so there's services. At the Gurdwara there's a service every single day here. But yes, on special occasions we'll make it a bigger service. And we'll have people here to do the hymns, which are recites from the Holy Guru Granth Sahib.
Thank you for all the food parcels you have given so much. I really appreciate it, as me and my family are homeless due to the break-in to our home.
I just wanted to say a massive thank you for our gifts and hampers. You and your team are truly amazing, and you wouldn't believe what a massive help it is.
You are remarkable people. Thank you for your kindness.
From the very bottom of my heart, thank you. What was going to be a very bleak Christmas has just been made so much better. Thank you again.
Thank you for all the food parcels. Really appreciate it. It will help a lot.